Coia, Juana, it's such a pleasure having you with us today. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about the Leadership and Mentorship Program. Juana, let's actually kick off with you. Could you briefly introduce yourself and then Coia?
So yeah, I'm an engineer, but I used to say I'm an engineer of the last century because I got my university degree in the last century. So in this century, I got an MBA and a PhD. I have been working in tech in the last 24 years in companies like Nokia, and actually I work in Microsoft since 10 years. I break for a couple of years that I lead Artificial Intelligence Center for EY, but now I'm back in Microsoft. My role is a global role. I work for a corp team, so that means that my boss and the rest of my team is in Seattle, in a small village close to Seattle. But I'm leading the alliance with the advisory firms in EMEA, so in the EMEA region. So for Microsoft, the partners or the channel that they have is really important, and we manage partners all over the world. And in my case, I'm managing as KPMG, PwC, EY, or Deloitte as partners, and this is my role.
Thank you for the introduction. Coia.
Okay, so I'm Coia. I'm also an industrial engineer, and also I've done an MBA recently here at IE. I have like 11 years of experience, mainly in P&G, Procter & Gamble, and Amazon, both in Spain and Chile. And currently I'm leading like Vendor Flex program for all South Europe. I'm leading a team like 50 people. And on top of this, I am also leading Glamazon for EMEA. Glamazon is the LGBTQ affinity group that Amazon have. So I am super passionate about diversity, really passionate about team building, and a firm believer on how those two things should be combined to really excel as a company.
Thank you. I want to say publicly as well, thank you very much for being part of this mentorship program. Today we want to talk a little bit more about the mentorship program, and Juana, let's come back to you. Why don't we kick off with you? Can you tell a little bit more about your experience about the Tech Mentorship Program?
I mean, first, thank you. So I think being a mentor is always an opportunity. So I think that through the mentorship is a reciprocal thing where you have gets from both sides. No? The mentee and the mentor have a lot of rewards, no? for the program. And in my case, I fully committed in mentoring women because I think that we as women need really guidance in our career. If the career is in tech or if not is in tech, I think I have read yesterday that 60% of the jobs, non-tech jobs, are going to use tech in the daily work. So I think everything is going to be with tech embedded. So I think that to have a mentor that has an experience that can bring their experience, no? For the girls that are starting their career or defining a new way on their career, I think is something really, really good. So a great initiative for the IE. And for sure, being in contact also with young people for me and with women is something that makes me younger, or at least feeling younger. So I think it's something that I always appreciate.
Thank you so much. Coia, really quickly, you have gone through the MBA experience yourself, and obviously now you're involved in the Women in Tech Mentorship Program. How do you think our MBAs and maybe your mentees in particular stand out in the tech industry?
So to me, the most important thing to succeed in this kind of industry is like the combination of hard skills and soft skills. So for sure you need the hard skills. This is a very big barrier to get into this kind of jobs, and yeah, in the future it's going to be all about tech. So the hard skills are very important, but then you need to combine this with also soft skills, like all these leadership principles that make you like really go beyond. And here there are many that we could talk about. I would mainly highlight the capability of being humble, to keep learning and be passionate and improve day by day. So I think the combination of both is what really makes you go one step further and exceed whatever goal you may put in front of you.
You're absolutely right. Especially with the technological changes that we see, probably constant learning is going to be increasingly important. So let's assume your mentees or students of IE want to pursue a career in tech. What recommendations would you give them in order to be successful or to succeed?
Yeah. I fully agree with Goya's point. So I think that those characteristics are really important. But I think now what you need is also to know the business. So I think it's really important to know the business and be able to translate tech into business and business into tech. So I think that this is really important. And in order to do that, you need to have knowledge about what companies like Amazon or Microsoft, what leading companies are doing in terms of tech and in terms of business. So to have this vision, no? This dual vision between both sides, I think is really important. And in the specific case, I think of women, I think that in these new technologies, we need to have both sides. No? We have been talking or heard a lot about AI and how AI has to reflect, no? the society. So, and we need, that's the main reason that we need to reflect our society in our boards, in our teams, in our tech teams, and on everything. On everywhere. No? So I think that's mainly one of the top reasons for me. Mm-hmm.
So you have now already gone through a 4 month of this mentorship program. Coia, what do you think? What have you learned in retrospect in these last 4 months? And what do you think your mentees took away from this program?
Yeah. So, well, I've learned a lot. I've learned actually much more. I was asked for a quote, and actually the quote was, I learned much more than I expected. I was mentoring Erdo, who has a completely different background from myself. So from a cultural perspective, it was super enrichful, super meaningful as well. So I love to see like this passion on someone a little bit younger, like willing to do so many things and looking at so many possibilities. So yeah, I learned mainly about this like more cultural side of everything. What we've been doing, like we try to divide our sessions more or less into like more strategical, like which kind of careers you can go for, which are the kind of paths you can take, like a little bit more top view. But we also focus on more tactical things, like how to do a good CV, which kind of things you need to prove in the interviews, which are good questions for the interviews, what are the kind of things you need to reflect in the interviews, etc. So a little bit of both.
Juana, could you maybe complement a little bit Coia's point in terms of what do you think is necessary in order to make a mentorship program such as this one actually successful or make it actually work? What do you think?
I think to start from the beginning, I think expectations is something really useful. I mean, to set up the expectations about what means mentorship. I think it's not the same that sponsorship, it's not the same that coaching. So I think to define what is a mentorship and what do you expect from the mentor, I think is something that you need to establish. And for sure, to create the connection between mentee and mentor, I think that this is important. Especially, I firmly believe that for a woman to have a woman that is the mentor is something really important. So in my career, for example, when I was managing teams, always the men came to me asking for promotion, but never a woman came to me asking for a promotion. And in fact, when I promote a woman, they said, really? I'm really prepared for that role. So I think the way that we build our career is completely different. So I think that is really important for a woman to have a mentor that is a woman. No? I think this is something, I mean, we can be discussed about that, but this is what I thought, no? Or what I really think.
Absolutely. So clearly role models is absolutely important. And once again, I'm like, you are clearly fantastic role models. So it's fantastic having you on board. Coia, do you want to maybe compliment, again, what do you think from your perspective are critical success factors for this mentorship program?
I fully agree. I had thought on 2 points, like the connection, as Juana said, and then the expectation, but not only the global expectation of what mentorship is, which for sure is important, but also the specific goals that you want to set on each session or in the program in general. So first thing we did is to establish which were the goals Erdo wanted to achieve, and then for each session also to focus on it so that I could prepare a little bit earlier and I could come with some information already gathered. So yeah, I think that setting the goals and prepare it a little bit in advance would be like good things to do in order to have successful conversations.
Thank you both, Juana, Coia. It is incredible having you on board for the Women in Tech Mentorship Program. Thank you very much for your passion and dedication. And I'm very confident that we're going to help young women to succeed in the tech sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.